Our story begins in Jiangcheng University dormitories. Inside a room, a boy named Fan Li, a freshman at Jiangcheng University, is lying on his bed, looking at his phone. This summer break, he decided to stay in school and get a job nearby. Little did he know that his life was about to change forever. Suddenly, a ball-like object enters the room through the window, accompanied by a portal-like structure appearing beside his bed. Feeling shocked, Fan Li questions, "What is this? Where did it come from?" He looks at the other side of the portal, where a jungle can be seen. Fan Li wonders, is this a hologram or could it be an interdimensional portal? Tentatively, he reaches out to touch it but quickly stops himself, realizing how absurd it would be to encounter something straight out of a fantasy world. Despite his doubts, Fan Li passes through the portal and finds himself in a completely different place. Before him lies a world with people, houses, fields, and animals. Astonished, Fan Li asks himself, did I just travel through space? Where am I? Is this Europe in the Middle Ages? As he takes in the sight before him, a man spots him and begins shouting, pointing in Fan Li's direction. Unable to understand their language, Fan Li emerges from the bushes and greets them, saying, "How are you? How do you do?" He hopes to communicate in English, but the people become afraid and start running while shouting. Fan Li then encounters a guard who alerts others, and they approach him angrily with a dog. Fearing their aggression, Fan Li runs away and manages to pass through the portal, returning to his room. He exclaims, "Let's leave first. These people are too fierce." Glancing back, he notices the dog approaching him. Realizing that portal must close, Fan Li shouts, "Close the door." When nothing happens, he tries to physically close it with his hands, narrowly avoiding danger as the portal finally shuts. Looking at the ball-like object, Fan Li wonders, what is this thing? The next day, Fan Li begins his part-time jobs, including private tutoring, food delivery, and distributing leaflets. He often returns home late at night. While walking on the road, Fan Li speaks with his mother on the phone, reassuring her that he's okay and doesn't need any money. He shares his belief that working part-time while studying provides valuable insights into the working world. Hanging up, he continues walking, reflecting on his family's financial struggles caused by bad investments. Fan Li feels helpless in the face of his parents having to return to work and witnessing his mother age prematurely. He thinks to himself, but what can I do? I can only help by taking on a few part-time jobs and trying to alleviate some of my family's financial worries. Glancing at the ball-like object, Fan Li murmurs, "Money, money, I need more money." Suddenly, an idea strikes him, and he excitedly realizes that if the other side of the portal truly represents the Middle Ages, they would have a demand for essential supplies. Fan Li sees an opportunity to become wealthy by supplying these goods. He shouts enthusiastically, "I want to make a lot of money. Drive a luxury car and live in a mansion." Hearing his exclamation, people comment, "I bet he's a money-crazed idiot." There are plenty of them these days. After the excitement subsides, Fan Li contemplates the challenges ahead. The people in the other world don't seem friendly, and there's a communication barrier. Nevertheless, Fan Li remains determined. He believes that God has granted him this portal, and he must make good use of it. He begins preparing the necessary supplies for his trading venture. After completing his preparations, Fan Li returns home and notices that the metal ball looks slightly different from before. He clicks on the light, and a beam of light enters his head. After a while, the metal ball displays a virtual window, showing the message, "Newbie quest completed, preparations are complete." Fan Li has been rewarded with the ability to speak serious, Western Norman language. He tries speaking in the newfound language, resembling the speech of the people he encountered. He ponders whether this is what they call a system. Suddenly, the portal opens by itself, and the dog from before emerges. Startled, Fan Li electrocutes the dog, wondering why it appeared again. He then crosses to the other side of the portal and encounters the people he saw earlier. Realizing the time stopped in the other world after the portal closed, Fan Li promptly closes it. A native confronts him, exclaiming, "Hey! You! What are you doing sneaking around over there?" Fan Li responds, "Are you talking about me?" The native replies, "Stop pretending. There is no one here except you." Fan Li introduces himself as a trader from the east, explaining that he has come to trade his wares. However, the natives are apprehensive and consider him suspicious, with some even thinking he might be a wizard. Despite the initial skepticism, Fan Li emerges from the bushes and offers a small gift as a gesture of goodwill. The natives' leader recognizes the gift and warmly welcomes Fan Li, stating that their lord might be interested in his merchandise. They enter a wooden house, and Fan Li speculates whether this person is the feudal lord of the territory. Inside the house, a man sits on a large chair, drinking wine from a jug, with a woman on his lap. Observing this scene, Fan Li muses that the lives of nobles are truly as debauched as depicted in novels. Simultaneously, a mission appears before him, tasking him with replacing the lord. Fan Li realizes that if he wants to build an empire, he must have his own territory. Failure to complete the mission would result in dire consequences. Faced with this daunting prospect, Fan Li wonders why he has been assigned such a villainous mission and contemplates his lack of ambition to rule the world. He simply wants to make money to provide a better life for his family. Disregarding the mission for now, he focuses on his trade and greets the Lord, presenting himself as a spice merchant from the east. Fan Li boasts about the spices cultivated by highly knowledgeable gardeners, claiming they are of the highest quality. He offers a sample for the Lord's inspection, urging him to take a look. The Lord, in a drunken state, rises unsteadily and mockingly bows. Witnessing this, the others burst into laughter. The Lord, taking the sword out of the ground, the Lord chuckled, "Is this how you greet people in your country? How amusing. But here, kneel. That's how you show respect to your Lord." He then inquired, "What did you sell? Spices? Leave the spices. Now, leave." Upon hearing this, Fan Li attempted to intimidate him, saying, "Are you trying to rob me? My caravan is stationed 200 miles away, and yet you still dare to rob me? I will lead my men to paint your territory red with blood." The Lord, amused by Fan Li's words, began acting and said, "Oh, how scary." Everyone burst into laughter at the Lord's theatrics. The Lord then approached Fan Li with his sword in hand, challenging him, "You're quite fierce, huh? Let's see just how fierce your caravan really is." Fan Li, realizing his words had not intimidated the Lord, thought to himself, "Damn it, did my words have no effect? Are all these savages really this confident?" As Fan Li tried to grab his baton, the Lord swiftly pointed his sword at Fan Li's neck, taunting him, "Too slow. What an amateur." He snatched the baton from Fan Li's grasp and examined it, mocking, "What kind of weapon is this? It's like a child's toy." He proceeded to strike Fan Li with the baton. To Fan Li's surprise, a person intervenes, saying to the Lord to stop, as it is not every day that a merchant visits for trade. The person returns Fan Li's baton, inquiring about any injuries. The one who led Fan Li to the Lord's presence whispers to him, expressing concern about the mercenaries causing trouble. However, they acknowledge the necessity of their presence. Fan Li realizes something, and asks, "Lord?" "Yes, he is the Lord of Anglo, Tamarti." Fan Li asks, "Then who is he?" Lord Tamarti replies, "It's just a seat, I don't mind letting him sit on it." The Lord, seemingly interested, asks Fan Li to showcase his spices. After a thorough examination, the Lord compliments the wide variety and unprecedented quality of the spices. Fan Li proudly explains each one, offering information and samples. The Lord weighs the spices and offers Fan Li a payment of 40 sod. Uncertain about the value of this currency, Fan Li hopes it is a precious metal. Opening the bag, he discovers it is gold and feels a surge of excitement. To confirm its authenticity, Fan Li tests it with his teeth. Satisfied, the Lord asks if the amount is correct, and Fan Li affirms it. Suddenly, a girl appears and takes Fan Li's arm. The Lord, referring to her as Nia, instructs her to take care of Fan Li. Nia leads Fan Li to another room and closes the doors. In an intimate setting, she suggests they be quick as the night is short, proceeding to undress in front of him. Surprised by the situation, Fan Li contemplates losing his virginity in this unfamiliar world, where holes on the walls allow for a lack of privacy. The next morning, Nia asked, "Are you awake?" She continued, "The Lord came by a while ago. He brought something for you to eat," as she offered him breakfast. After examining the food, Fan Li began eating while thinking, "I couldn't resist it. They always say a hero's weakness is beauty. Besides, I don't have a pure mind." He then asked Nia, "Does the Lord usually treat merchants this kindly? Not only is he a friendly buyer, but he also provided me with food and even asked you to escort me. I feel ashamed to receive such treatment without giving anything in return." Nia replied, "Don't worry, Lord Tamarti is no ordinary lord." She continued, "He treats everyone equally and lives an honest life. Normally, he wouldn't spend so much money on spices. But there have been a lot of bandits around here lately, which is why no merchants dare to come. He treats you kindly because he hopes to do more business with you in the future. And he is very trustworthy, to the point of being called old-fashioned. Rest assured," she said with a smile. Hearing this, Fan Li thought, "So this Tamarti is a good trading partner. But the system wants me to take over his territory. Can I change the place?" As he pondered, the system prompted, "The host does not have this permission." Seeing the prompt, Fan Li felt angry and thought, "I feel like I'm a puppet of the system. So you don't care if he's a good person or a bad person? Do I have to kill whoever it tells me to kill?" Suddenly, a commotion erupted outside. Hearing the noise, Fan Li asked, "What's that?" and hurriedly came out of the room. Someone shouted, "There's an enemy attack." Fan Li declared, "I'll go and check it out." Nia insisted on going with him, hugging him from behind. In response, the person loudly commanded, "Women, Stay inside and lock the door. The rest of you, follow me." Worried for Nia's safety, Fan Li gave her pepper spray and instructed her, "If someone bothers you, just spray him in the face." He demonstrated how to use it and said, "Stay here. I'll be back soon." He then left the room. After a while, Fan Li overheard Tamarty saying to the mercenaries, "These bandits are taking it too far." The mercenary replied, "They're just refugees. Just give them something and send them away." Outside the territory, a bandit shouted loudly, "Lord Tamarty, we aren't requesting something unreasonable. Just give us food to last the winter." Other bandits also voiced their demands, including gold, silver, and women. One of them exclaimed, "How can we go through the winter without women to keep us warm?" Hearing their demands and laughter, Tamarty angrily gritted his teeth and exclaimed, "These bastards," he shouted at them, "you scoundrels. Don't even think about extorting me again. Ready your weapons and position yourselves on the wall. Prepare for battle." As his battle cry resounded, people began preparing for the fight and took their positions, causing the bandits to hesitate. Fan Li observed, "No, they are waiting for something. Is it reinforcement, or?" Before he could finish speaking, a person inside the territory shouted loudly, "The barn is on fire. We need to put out the fire." Confused about what to do, the bandits began attacking the territory. Witnessing the chaos, Fan Li thought, "Is there a traitor in the city?" He had a bad feeling about the situation and decided to find a place to hide. As he started running, Tamarty ordered, "Morgan, take a team with you to extinguish the fire. The rest of the men will guard the city gates with me." He tried to boost his people's morale. Amidst all this, the leader of the mercenaries made a hand gesture, and they started attacking and killing the city's inhabitants. Seeing this, one of the soldiers shouted, "My lord, the gates have been breached." Tamarty, shocked at the sight of the mercenaries killing his people, asked, "What's going on? The mercenaries?" Suddenly, the mercenary leader thrust his sword into Tamarty's back and said, "Thank you for your generous commission. But unfortunately, our partnership ends here," as he killed him. Bandits from outside also joined in, ruthlessly slaying everyone in their path. From his hiding place, Fan Li witnessed the horrifying scene and exclaimed, "Damn it! I knew there was something wrong with this group of mercenaries." Overwhelmed with fear, he started running and thinking, "I used to dream of being a great general, wielding a sword. But when faced with a dangerous situation like this, reality hits hard. Nothing is more important than staying alive." He entered a room and shouted Nia's name, but there was no one inside. Fan Li had no choice but to leave by himself and open a portal. As he was about to pass through, he heard Nia's voice pleading for help. A bandit was attempting to assault her. Suddenly, Nia used pepper spray on the bandit's eyes, causing him pain. She stood up and ran toward Fan Li. In response, the bandit took out a spear and threw it at Nia, piercing her from behind. Seeing Nia impaled by the spear, Fan Li shouted in distress and rushed to support her. The bandit, determined to harm him, threw another spear. However, Fan Li, protected by his bulletproof jacket, was saved from being impaled. As the attackers continued their relentless pursuit, Fan Li ran inside the house. One of the bandits remarked, "That idiot ran inside the house. Set it on fire. Burn him down." Inside the house, Fan Li hurriedly passed through a portal and returned to his world. He closed the portal and sat down on a chair, feeling exhausted. Looking at the metal ball, he muttered, "Game over. There's no way I can go back. Only death awaits back there." He worried that he would never be able to see Nia again, thinking, "After all, she's my first." Regarding the mission, he mused, "It should only be active in the other world, right? Just like a video game. As long as you don't launch the game, the quest won't fail." He sighed, "Let's just think of it as a bad dream. There's nothing to lose anyways." Suddenly, the system opened up, displaying the mission time, 48 Earth hours. The penalty was severe, as the host would be wiped out. Seeing this, Fan Li felt a shock to his soul. As Fan Li looked at the penalty, anger surged within him. He couldn't believe that these 48 hours were now a countdown to his life. It felt like a cruel joke. But amidst the rage, he managed to regain his composure and hatched a plan. If he could seize control of the territory by force, he could establish himself as the dominant force. With the Lord gone and the territory in ruins, Fan Li saw an opportunity. If he could defeat the horse thieves and mercenaries, he would have no trouble asserting his authority. But first, he needed to equip himself for the challenge ahead. He pondered on how to arm himself, and then an idea struck him. He decided to search for a solution on the internet. The next day, time was slipping away, so he hurriedly exchanged his gold coins for cash at the bank. He then found a car body shop and urgently requested the owner to create something for him. As he showed the owner the drawings of what he had in mind, the shopkeeper wondered if Fan Li had been watching too many zombie movies. However, seeing Fan Li's determination, The owner agreed to take on the task. With the clock ticking, Fan Li and the owner worked tirelessly for the next 30 hours. They labored day and night to complete the project before the countdown was up. When they finished, they beheld what they had created, a machine of extreme violence, resembling a doomsday tank from a man's dream. Taking the keys from the owner, Fan Li wasted no time and sped away. He knew he had little time left. Driving for a while, he arrived at a construction site and opened a portal. With the modified car, he stepped through the portal, ready to face whatever challenges awaited him on the other side. On the other side, as the mercenaries celebrated their malicious act, they were suddenly startled by a sound. A car burst out of the burning house, charging at them with great force. Panic spread among the mercenaries as the vehicle ran over them, leaving only one survivor. Confused and desperate, the surviving mercenary asked what had just happened. Fan Li, inside the car, activated a switch, causing a menacing blade to extend from the front of his vehicle. The mercenary recoiled in fear, but the blade ruthlessly cut through him, leaving the others terrified and fleeing in fear. Inside the car, Fan Li felt a deep sense of guilt and remorse for taking a life in such a brutal manner. Nevertheless, he knew he couldn't dwell on it, as he had a pressing mission, to rescue Nia. Determined to save her, he rushed out of the car and searched for Nia, who was in dire straits. Promising her that he would definitely save her, Fan Li carefully picked her up and carried her through the portal to the real world. He instructed her to wait while he returned to finish his task. Crossing back to the other side and closing the portal, Fan Li saw that only 12 minutes remained. He realized that entering this world and closing the wormhole would cause time on Earth to stop, granting him the time he needed to complete his mission and then go back to help Nia. Meanwhile, in the village, the mercenaries had captured everyone with the intention of selling them as slaves. The leader approached Morgan, trying to tempt him to join their cause. But Morgan, filled with strength and anger, refused the treacherous offer. He spat at the leader's face and vowed to seek revenge one day. Enraged, the leader threatened to kill Morgan, but their attention was diverted by something unexpected, the sight of Fan Li arriving with his fearsome doomsday car. And so, the stage was set for a showdown between Fan Li and the ruthless mercenaries. As the doomsday car emerged before the mercenaries, one of them couldn't help but ask, "What is that thing? Why does it look so sinister?" The leader, dismissing it as a mere peasant's trick, commented disdainfully, "Just some worthless garbage they've conjured up." Undeterred by their skepticism, the mercenaries attempted to drag Fan Li out of the car. However, he had other plans. Fan Li activated another bright light, blinding his assailants momentarily, and then swiftly started the car, unleashing its modified weaponry. The car ran over them and sliced through their ranks, leaving the mercenaries in terror and confusion. Reacting quickly, the mercenaries formed a shield wall in an attempt to withstand the car's relentless assault. But Fan Li was determined to break through. With unwavering resolve, he accelerated the car at full speed, crashing into the shield wall with immense force. The impact shattered the defense, sending the mercenaries flying and incapacitating them in one fell swoop. The sight of their fellows being defeated and their defense crumbling before this mysterious and powerful machine filled the remaining mercenaries with fear. They screamed and scrambled to escape the dire situation, realizing that they were no match for the might of the doomsday car. Undeterred, Fan Li pursued them, his heart set on bringing an end to their tyranny and rescuing the captured villagers. The car roared through the battlefield, leaving a trail of chaos in its wake. Suddenly, a spear struck the windshield of the doomsday car but failed to break through its formidable defense. Observing the scene from a distance, a mercenary remarked, "Did you see that? There's an invisible barrier. It must be a divine device." Puzzled, looking back, but their leader had already fled upon witnessing the car's impenetrable defense. The same mercenary exclaimed in frustration, "That coward ran away. He had the nerve to call me one just a few minutes ago." As he also tried to run away on the horse. Fan Li, however, tracked down the fleeing mercenary and swiftly knocked him off his horse. The other villagers, witnessing the car's might, saw it as a chariot sent by the gods to deliver justice. Filled with fear, the mercenary pleaded for mercy as he realized he was no match for the powerful machine. Stepping out of the car, Fan Li wondered why the villagers were on their knees. He encouraged them to rise and fight back. Morgan recognized him and rallied the villagers to take on the bandits. Together, they began to eliminate the marauders one by one, seeking retribution for the atrocities committed against them. After a while, they reached the injured lord, who lay on his deathbed. Morgan informed the lord that Li-sama, Fan Li, had come to their rescue. Grateful, the lord requested a private conversation with Fan Li. In his final moments, the lord acknowledged his own failures and lack of leadership, and with no other choice left, he pleaded with Fan Li to be his successor and rule over the land. The lord believed that Fan Li's vigor and intelligence would bring prosperity to Angkor, as he viewed them as a savior. Intrigued by the proposal, Fan Li thought, "They truly consider me their god, entrusting the power to an outsider like me. Perhaps I should use this opportunity to complete the mission." Accepting the Lord's request, Fan Li promised to rule the land and guide the people. The dying Lord found solace in Fan Li's willingness to take on the responsibility and asked Morgan and Hoya to assist him in safeguarding the territory. As the Lord passed away, Fan Li's mission was accomplished, and a window appeared, congratulating him for completing the task. With the mission fulfilled, new opportunities lay ahead, as a map and treasure hunting feature had been unlocked, signifying the beginning of a new chapter in Fan Li's journey. As Fan Li explored the new features, Hoya proudly addressed him as their new lord, and the townspeople knelt while chanting his name. With everyone looking to him for guidance, Fan Li wasted no time and gave orders to address the aftermath of the recent events. He instructed Morgan to give the previous lord a proper burial and to cremate the bodies of the dead bandits. To Hoya, he tasked with reporting the losses and loot from the bandits. Unfortunately, Morgan brought distressing news: their food supplies had been lost in the fire, leaving them without winter rations. The townspeople worried about their survival and feared they would starve. Fan Li raised his voice, silencing their concerns, and assured them not to worry. He took responsibility for the food problem and promised that they would not go hungry, urging everyone to continue their work. As the townspeople left to carry out their tasks, Hoya presented a group of captives, seeking guidance on what to do with them. Fan Li decided to detain them temporarily in Angkor's prison until further decisions could be made. Concerns about the food situation lingered, but Hoya provided a glimmer of hope. He revealed that the previous lord was cautious with money and had saved a considerable amount. The town could use his savings to purchase food. Intrigued, Fan Li inquired about the exact amount and followed Hoya to a basement where a treasure box awaited. Unlocking it, Hoya revealed an impressive stash of 3,000 gold coins and 5,000 silver coins, the entire savings of the previous lord. Fan Li realized that this amount would be equivalent to $1 million if converted, a sum he had never seen in his entire life. The thought of having this much money eased his mind, knowing that it would make their path forward much smoother. With such resources, he could also take Nia to the hospital, ensuring her well-being in the face of adversity. After returning to the construction site through the portal, Fan Li encountered a police officer who inquired if he had seen a modified car with spikes. Fan Li denied any knowledge and swiftly left the place. The next day, inside a hospital room, Nia lay on the bed, her eyes opening slowly. Relieved to see her awake, Fan Li greeted her with a smile, mentioning how he had been worried she wouldn't wake up. As Nia looked around, she asked where she was, feeling a bit uncomfortable when trying to sit up. Fan Li quickly supported her and advised her to rest a bit longer. Fan Li reassured Nia that she was fortunate as her vitals weren't damaged during her ordeal. He encouraged her to eat some porridge, which he had prepared and placed in front of her. Curious, Nia asked what it was and took a spoonful, instantly falling in love with its taste. She was moved to tears and remarked that it felt like she had stepped into a golden palace from a fantasy world. However, in the midst of enjoying the delicious porridge, Nia suddenly felt something unusual, causing her face to turn red in embarrassment. Concerned, Fan Li asked what was wrong and if she was feeling unwell. In a shy and awkward silence, Nia finally managed to say, "I want." With her words hanging in the air, Nia's feelings remained unspoken, leaving a sense of curiosity in Fan Li's mind. After some time, Fan Li informed Nia that he needed to leave for a couple of days to attend to some errands. He handed her a phone, reassuring her that she could contact him anytime. With a tender farewell, he left the hospital, his heart still filled with concern for her well-being. As he ventured out, Fan Li exchanged all the gold coins he had received for modern currency. With his newfound wealth, he decided to rent a spacious villa with a large backyard, ensuring privacy and comfort. He instructed the agent to contact the homeowners and express his readiness to rent the place. Once alone in the villa, Fan Li relaxed on a chair, feeling content with the new living arrangement. He realized that he no longer needed to return to the school dorms, as this place offered everything he could desire. With a sense of gratitude and responsibility, he decided to wire a significant sum of $50,000 to his mother using his phone. Aware that too much money at once might cause her to panic, he wanted to be thoughtful in his approach. After a relaxing period in his new villa, Fan Li decided to explore the system's new functions. He began with the treasure hunting feature and was pleasantly surprised when he received a random hero mission. His task was to save Ge Weisha, a renowned sword user from the Warner Kingdom. Ge Weisha was praised as the Valkyrie reincarnation, but she was destined to meet a tragic end. Tomorrow evening, she would be drugged and assassinated in the city of Taurus. Fan Li's mission was to rescue her before harm could befall her. In return for his heroic efforts, he would gain Ge Weisha's allegiance. The system provided a recent picture of Ge Weisha, showing her relaxing in a pool of water. Fan Li was taken aback by her stunning beauty. He couldn't help but feel captivated by the image, and his heart stirred with a newfound sense of determination to save her. Without hesitation, Fan Li accepted the mission, recognizing the opportunity to forge a powerful alliance. He then accessed the map to locate Tourist City, discovering that it was relatively close to Angkor. He thought it would be wise to familiarize himself with the surroundings of Angkor, considering the journey he would soon embark upon. And this is how the second part of this manhwa ends. Well, guys, if you liked this video and want a part 3, comment below with the word part 3,